Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who teach and rule well at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, The Days of Vengeance. You see, YAHAWAHSHI has been holding back his peace. He's been, he's been, he's been waiting some time to show, Jake, you 2/3 Jakes, and ultimately the nations, starting with Esau, Edom, the vengeance that he's going to bring. And like he says, when he comes back, he's not going to meet thee as a man. You see, when he came down, the Lord, the Father, Yahawah, prepared a physical body for him. A body. Mary and Joseph, they had their sex. Mary got pregnant and had YAHAWAHSHI. The world and these Catholic and Christian churches and Mormon and Jehovah Witnesses, their whole thing is Mary got pregnant without having sex. That's for a whole nother lesson. But that's false. Mary and Joseph, they had sex, and Mary got pregnant, and therefore came YAHAWAHSHI. That's for a whole nother lesson. But we're going to focus on the vengeance of the Lord, of YAHAWAHSHI. You see? Because like he said, when he comes back, he's not going to meet thee as a man. And what happened 2,000 years ago when he got humiliated, beaten and tortured and then murdered, he's coming back for that. And then on top of that, in that 70 AD, those the Romans under that Titus and they came and ransacked the Lord's temple and stole all his belongings. And then on top of that, the nations have completely enslaved and beaten and tortured and castrated the 12 lost tribes of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Esau, Edom, these so-called Caucasian white folks, and these other nations, the Chinese, the Moabites, the Arabics, the Elamites, the Hamitic, the Africans, and other nations scattered abroad, have pretty much came together and castrated Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They've tried to destroy Jake. You see the Pope, he came out a few days ago and he's trying to beg for forgiveness unto the northern tribe, the Gadites, with the Native American Indians, the West Indians, the Seminole Indians, and trying to beg for forgiveness on what the Catholic and these other nations, the churches, the nations have done to Israel, man. And and they know it's wrong for what they've done. They know it's wrong. But on the flip side of that, 2/3 of Jake, they go in the way of the heathen, and they don't want to. They refuse to hear the Bible, the words of the Lord. 2/3 of Jake, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You see, Jake don't want to hear the words of the Lord. So I'm gonna just dive quickly into this scripture. Lord willing, this is edifying, but this is the days of vengeance. So you have all these chaotic events that are erupting around the world. You have over there in that Sri Lanka, over there in Beijing, and um, where is that? The northern tribe over there. I can't. It slipped my mind right now, but Ecuador, and Venezuela, and these different places that are erupting, because of hunger. You got Cuba, and you got these places that are erupting because the hunger, the corruption, the wickedness that's going on in these different parts of the earth. So the Lord is bringing vengeance upon the wicked, man. So let's go to Luke. We're going to go to Luke 21 and 22. Luke 21 and 22, and it reads, "For these be the days of vengeance." See, in these Christianity, and Christian churches, and Islam, and the Jehovah Witnesses, in these false religions, they're they're speaking of prosperity, one day at a time, work hard, the Lord will save you if you just work hard and pray upon Him, and just love everybody. This is what they're teaching in these false religions. They're not telling you about the vengeance that the Lord is about to bring on the wicked in this world, man. They're not telling you this. They're not telling you this. It says, "For these be the days of the vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled." So these things, these pages, what the Lord has spoken, because every word is pure. You see these pages, what the Lord has spoken in this book, He's telling you is going to be fulfilled. When He says that there's going to be a famine, it's going to be a famine. And as we can witness right now, as we're watching it unfold, there's a famine coming. Esau's telling you, there's a famine coming. You're walking into the stores, you're wondering, well, they don't have this no more. They don't have those eggs no more. This certain type of bread, that's because the Lord is preparing the famine. You see the shortage on water. The water, you got to understand, this water situation is serious. You need water to live, but not only do you need physical water, you need the spiritual water, which is these words. That's the most important water that you need. But Jake is so carnal and physical. They're gonna go with the physical water instead of the spiritual water. You see? You know, that might have went over a lot of Jake's heads, but the spiritual water you need. The Lord told you, man may not live by bread alone, but by the words of YAHAWAHSHI, roughly paraphrasing it. You see? 23. You know, but like he said, you know, every word in here is going to be fulfilled, man. The famine, the cannibalism, you know, the sedition amongst men, you know, Jacob's trouble amongst you tribes. Jacob's trouble is for Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's who Jacob's trouble is for. You 2/3, the ones that couldn't get this and that rejected and ignored the words of the Lord, man, and continue to think that you're gonna sling dope forever, and that you're gonna continue to pimp forever and rap forever, you know, and you know, make backdoor deals with the heathen and set up your business and your you know, your keep your status going and keep your kids going and your children's children over here in this land of captivity. You know, no, the Lord told you, man. You see, every word will be fulfilled. 23. But woe unto them that are with child. But woe unto them that are with child. You see, in this time right now, in July, what is this, 28th? You know, 2022, you know, Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, you have a lot of children. Jake has a lot, they have a ton of children. Jake got at least one child, and if not, more than that. You know, some Jakes got 3, 4, 5 different kids, different children. You know, and then you have a lot of Jakes that are pregnant right now, you know, celebrating their baby shower, you know, 6 months old, 8 months old, you know, in this time right now. And we're heading into a damn famine. You see, this is why the Lord said, this is why he said that. But woe, woe means destruction, Jake. But woe, destruction unto them that are with child and to them that give suck in those days. We're in those days right now, man. We're in a time of a famine. We're in a time of pestilence. We're in a time of war. They're warning you on this damn television. Excuse my Italian. You know, they're warning you day and night about this monkeypox, you know, and how contagious it is. And there's more pestilence that's coming. That means there's more diseases. So those with children in these days, with one, you know, with 6 months old, 8 months old, 12 months old, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, they're young, they're vulnerable. That's what the Lord is basically saying. You're vulnerable. Your children are vulnerable. And then on top of that, you know, you know, you're not serving the Lord. You're not doing thus said the Lord. You know, you're into celebrating your birthdays, your quinceañeras, you know, going to Uncle Craig's house, you know, for the backyard barbecue, and you know, you're not worried about this, man. You just had your, you know, kid, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, and you know the family hasn't seen them, and everybody getting together and you know partying and celebrating, you know, life. I got money in my bank account. You know, the Lord is telling you, but woe unto them that are with child and to them that give suck in those days. See, they're not telling you this in these churches right now. Woe means destruction. You see, because when this time come, you know, that we're heading into, and your kid is, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then, you know, they cut the power off. You know, the supplies are really, really low. lack of water, lack of milk, lack of food. Men are just running rampant. The sedition amongst men, they're breaking into homes, the cannibalism. They're going to take your children. They're going to take your children because they're vulnerable. You see? And on top of that, ultimately, you chose not to seek the Lord. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, the God of Israel, the God of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You chose not to seek them. So now, the Lord is bringing this vengeance. And on top of that, you other nations that have kids and newborn babies, you're going to get it too. You see, your children are vulnerable. That's what the Lord is saying. Woe, he said, but woe unto them that are with child. Woe unto them that are with child. What? And to them that give birth, give suck in those days. We're into these days, and it's going to increase and get worse. And to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress. Great distress. We can't even wrap our heads around the great distress. You having your newborn, you got a 15-year-old daughter, you got an 8-year-old son, you've been living good, you've been working, you had a great job, a nice 3-4 bedroom home or a 2-bedroom home, you drive a good decent car, you get to travel here and there, you're on Facebook taking all your pictures with your family, you're on Instagram and TikTok doing all these different challenges and dancing, partying and celebrating. But wait a minute. The Lord said, and he said, but woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be great distress in the land and wrath upon this people. So, you Jakes that have been living good, and unto you other nations, you had your job and good home and been doing it for years, but now you're homeless. Now you're homeless, and you're amongst the people on the street, with these blackouts and this lack of food and lack of water, and you got to fend and deal with these barbaric men that are on the streets. You see, you single parents, you see, and you got children, but you didn't want to listen to thus said the Lord. This is what he's telling you. Great distress. Great distress when you got to watch and sit out there, on the street or behind some damn bus stop, with your 6-month-old baby after you've been parading around, showing your uncles and your cousins and showing up to Sonia's baby shower with her baby, parading your kid around and having your good nurse jobs and all this. And then here you go in this time of great distress, and you're sitting behind some damn bus stop with the lights out, with a lack of food, and you're sleeping on the ground with rats and roaches and rodents running around. This is great distress that the Lord is bringing. And then you got some wino or some weirdo or barbaric men, bothering you and harassing you and then threatening to taking your kids. There is great distress coming, the Lord said. Great distress. Look up the word what great distress means. This is what's going on in July of 2022. July 28, 2022. This is what's going on. The Lord say is great distress coming. Great distress. You Edomites, you 2/3 Jakes, and you other nations, walking around being worldly. You're in fairy tale land, man. But you claim that you believe in the Bible. You claim that you believe in the Holy Bible. I believe, but, the way Jake and them do it, I believe in this, but I don't believe in that. No way. That we're not going to see that. We're not, we'll be dead and gone by the time that happens. What? You hear what the Lord said? You're in great distress. And that's what's going on right now. The people are languishing, anguishing and mourning. You know, we're going into a bad time. 24 and 24. Luke 21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem is a people before a place, shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And see, so the Gentiles, there's two types of Gentiles. You have the other nations that are Gentiles, and then you have the Israelite foreigners that are Gentiles, the ones that weren't born in the land of Jerusalem. You see? So the time is coming where those Gentiles, the other nations that are in that land of Jerusalem, they're going to be taken out of that land. You see that, and it's coming. You see the world war that's brewing. Israel is about to be under attack, you know, and they're surrounded, you know, by Iran, by Turkey, by Russia. You know, China is going to be drawn in. That BRICS nation. That BRICS is going to attack Israel and the land of America. You see, America and Israel have joined hand in hand together. You see? You see, the Third World War is inevitable. It's coming. It's coming. You can sit there and shake your head and be in denial all you want. It's coming. It's coming. Thus saith the Lord. 25. And there shall be signs. Boy, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth. Distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. The sea and the waves represent the people. There's distress amongst the nation and amongst the world, the countries right now. Perplexity, confusion, uproars. People are fed up. They're hungry. They're tired. You know, these governments are corrupt. They're working hand in hand. The Lord told you in Job chapter 9, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. People are tired of this. People are working 12-hour shifts, getting paid crumbs, and with barely nothing to help their kids or buy their kids with nothing. It is perplexity, distress, anguish. People are fed up. This is going to lead into civil unrest. How long is the bottom of the bag going to hold? It's like getting a paper bag, you know, and stuffing the paper bag and trying to carry it, just stuffing it with all the canned goods, all the bottles of water and juices and foods. You can only put so much in a little brown paper bag, and then if you try to carry it, it's gonna fall out the bottom. This is where we're at. 26. Men's heart failing them for fear. Men with their families. I was just watching over there in what is that? Lebanon. The man he got 3 or 4 daughters. I seen something on. He got like 3 or 4 daughters, and he says he works day and night. The kids are, you know, teenagers. He got a couple that are teenagers and then a couple that are young. They're all girls. He says he works day and night, and he barely got enough to feed. You know, there's chaos in the city. Luke 21 and 26. Men's heart failing them for fear. You know, you got daughters. You got this going on in the country. You know, you barely can feed your kids. You're worried. There's fear. And that's going to happen worldwide. And ultimately to you, Jakes. You see, when they take your job from you, take your home from you, take your car from you, you got a family, you're sleeping on the street, you're thrown in some a hole in the wall, you got to deal with these wicked, weird people. You know, you're going to be in distress, man. You're going to be in fear. And for looking after those things which are coming, they're coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Call Allah YAHAWAHSHI YAHAWAHSHI. You know, you ultimately those ICBM nuclear weapons they're going to 200 million missiles are going to be shot off across this world, man, and right here in Babylon, and they're going to hit the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You see, and the Lord's going to burn this place up. You see, the vengeance of the Lord. The Lord is going to bring vengeance on the nations. He's going to have vengeance on 2/3 of you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, on 2/3 of the 12 lost tribes of Israel. The Lord is going to bring vengeance on, man. He's bringing vengeance on this world, this earth. This place is defiled. You know, Esau, Edom is in rulership. Like it says in Job, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they're about to take everything away from the people, man. Everything away. You see, and you know, and it's gonna just be an uproar. That's why he says the sea's roaring. You see? And this is what's coming, man. The Lord is bringing vengeance. The Lord is bringing terror to this world, man. And only the elect of Israel is going to make it out of this. You see, he told you there's strange sights that's in the heavens. You see those UFOs, they're constantly appearing. Those UFOs are going to come closer and closer and closer on earth, man, to be and being seen. You know, watch that movie The Arrival, you know, where that UFO comes and it parks itself right in the sky. This is what's coming. You got meteor showers, you got all these different solar storms, and the planets alignment. You know, they just talking about China got some what is it, satellite rocket or something like that that's supposed to crash anywhere on earth. You know, these are signs in the heavens. The Lord is telling you, man. The Lord is telling you. You see, but he's bringing vengeance on this world. You see, and like I said, like the Lord said, the elect, he's dealing with the elect. You know, many were created, but few shall be saved. Call Allah YAHAWAHSHI YAHAWAHSHI. We are in the days of vengeance. That's why you're turning on the news. That's why you're turning and watching different platforms and stuff, and people are getting murdered. You know, just a few months ago or so, they just showed a young Jake girl out there, her body dead on the side of the highway out there in LA, you know, in Los Angeles, just thrown on the side of the highway. It ain't no telling how long she been out there. But this is just the vengeance, man. The vengeance of you not seeking the God of Israel. The God of Israel. YAHAWAHSHI YAHAWAHSHI. So, you know, and the vengeance is going to get so bad that, like the Lord say, that the vengeance is going to get so bad The time is going to get so evil. The Lord said that men are going to want to seek death. It's going to get so bad that men are going to want to seek death because it's going to be so bad out here. You see? That's how bad the time is coming. But the Lord, He not going to let that happen. You didn't want to hear this word, so He's going to torment you, man. You see, the Lord's name back in that Abraham and that Noah in that time, his name, and the nations knew, Alashajah, the demon-like terror. He's terrible, man. If you're not seeking him, he brings unspeakable amount of terror. You see, we're in the days of vengeance. If you have newborn kids and families, and to you Jakes that aren't seeking Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, the God of Israel, this vengeance is going to be serious, man. It's going to be serious. And then you're wondering why, there's a lack of baby formula, a lack of water, and these places are drying up, and there's war, and people are acting the way they're acting, and there's just no love, because we're in the days of vengeance, but you reject it, you don't want to hear it, and you ignore it. So here it come to you. Here it come, but I just wanted to touch on that. So hopefully you're edified. I don't want Ratazah come back with another lesson, but I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM Rakah Kwadash. Shalom, Israel.